Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're cooked. What's up, guys? I love Hunter here, and here to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 180 of Chainsaw Man, which is known as Aging's World. And I'm scared. I wish I could alter it or spend some other show. I'm scared. Obviously, I'm not necessarily too scared for Denji or Asa, and by proxy, Big Cheetah and or Big Yoru. I'm not scared for either of them. Fujimoto's crazy. Fujimoto's insane. Like Slaughter Your Deuteragonist and Female Lead insane. But I don't think they're that insane that they're gonna just get rid of Asa / Yoru or Denji / Pochita. But naturally, with aging being here, and specifically deciding after the end of last chapter that they're going to essentially forcefully age up Yoru and Denji, I'm afraid for the chaos they're going to cause. But let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, we're cooked, aren't we? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, right? Because this is the concept of old aging. Once again, I think this is just a consistent translation error done on the part of... Actually, I don't see the translators here on this first page, but... Once again, I've said multiple times that apparently this is, in fact, not the just general aging D. It is, in fact, the old aging D. So, I'm just concerned because how old are they going to make them, right? Because if it was just the aging D, who knows? They may age them up by like 5 years, 10 years, whatever. But like, old aging... in human terms, what does that mean? And in D terms, especially, what does that mean? Because technically, both Yoru and Chainsaw Man, and by proxy Asa and Denji, are both in, for all intents and purposes, their D forms, right? Like, respectively speaking, Pochita especially, considering this is Pochita, or at least Denji in the form of Pochita, or whatever one you think it is, if it's a mix of both, whatever, that still is their D form, so how do they age? We just don't really know that. And same thing with Yoru, despite being a part of Asa's body, she is in control right now. And as we see consistently, at least from our perspective, Yoru's body, or Yoru taking over the body of Asa, does fundamentally change the character, like on a biological level. So, I'm scared to see how old age is about to jack them up. But let's see how old age jacks them up in chapter 180, Aging's World. Is she frozen? Wait a minute, hold on, is she frozen? The reason I say that is because if you look at it, she's not doing anything. She's not having any reaction to the fact that aging, decayed their entire shot. So is aging just automatically the most broken character? Do they have time stop? Are we good? Like, what is this? Bang. Oh. Stole it for themselves? I mean, I guess. Once again, I find it so interesting that they do... I mean, maybe, is this how do y'all do this finger spoolers? Typically, I always do this. Like, if I'm aiming, I always, like, either do this, or I do this, or I like, put upside down. I never typically just do the one finger. I don't know, because it's just, like, even with the thumb up, and even then, now I think about it, it's only aging that does with the thumb up. Yoru literally just points, and then hits the bang. I forget how Makima does it. Does Makima do it with two... Hold on. I want to double check. Does Makima do it with 2 fingers, or a singular finger? I actually don't know if this is on my own piece. Makima... Bang. You think I would know, considering how iconic that panel is. Let me see. Interesting. So it looks like Makima, once again, ironically enough, from the most iconic image, it looks like Makima does this version of it. Not even like a full upwards finger like old aging's doing. They do this version of it. Yoru's doing this version of it. I'll typically do this. Well, I've seen people do this version of it too. But this, once again, it kind of reminds me more of just like a fancy version of pointing. I feel like this. But then again, now that I think about it, a Spagooter doesn't have like a top piece. So I guess technically this would be the most correct interpretation, kind of, sort of. And like a but I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. I find it unique and worth pointing out because we have so many characters who now wield this kind of ability. Like 2 of the 4 Horsemen, and now presumably a Primordial Fear, are all using this same insignia, or at least the same hand sign. And it's interesting for the old aging D in particular, because they're a D, right? Like maybe Yoru's using this on instinct, but the fact that even aging, who presumably predates Yoru, just because of the nature of how aging is probably like the most primordial fear, because it just leads to death, and death is the big. Well, I guess aging would be the penultimate primordial fear because you age into death. But interesting that they even use it. I guess it's just like colloquialism for us, and maybe this is honestly aging mocking Yoru in a sense. But the fact that it's a different hand pose makes you think it may not be mocking, it's just genuinely how they activate their abilities. Let's see. And ironically enough, when I think about it, it's only the high tiers, or at least presumably the high tiers, like the Horsemen, that tend, or now in this case, Primordial Fear, who tends to use a hand signal. All the other Ds, they kind of just wild out. Let's see. Bang. Whew! What? This is the most Asa we've ever seen Yoru, I want to say. At least with how she's drawn feature-wise, but darn. She's got a sense of the translation, Amanda Haley. So, I think Amanda Haley, once again, I don't know, because I've seen it so consistently that this is supposed to be the old aging day. I'd be more shocked if, like, everyone else was wrong and Amanda Haley was right and it was just the aging day. But still, it'll depend. Let's see what happens here. Because it looks like, we're going back in time to when Asa and Yoru first met, right? I think? Running? Oh. Is this supposed to be Yoru or is this supposed to be Asa? That changes the voice. Oh, we'll go, because these look like Asa legs. I'm going to assume this is Asa. Oh. It's that same dream again. A dream? When did I go to sleep? Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm assuming that was interesting, though. Interesting. In aging's work, I mean, I guess technically it's not a JJ character, but I'm sorry, my brain always goes to it. So from that panel from 2 chapters ago when Asa realized what she was really dealing with, that Yoru is in fact a D, like that, it screamed JJK to me. Once again, just by the nature of it, it felt like a JJK callback from its framing to its phrasing and stuff like that. But aging's world, they strike a hand sign. They activate the ability, and now Asa's trapped, presumably, in Aging's world. And that ain't a domain expansion, I don't know what it, but at the same time, I know domain expansions, at least, I forget if this is ever officially said by Gege, or if it's just like a natural assumption that fans made. Apparently, domain expansions are based on reality marbles from the Fate series, which is interesting, and I don't know what those are based on. And in fact, I have never even engaged with the Fate series at all. I just like some of their designs, and I haven't even drawn any of their designs, which goes to show I don't like them too much, but still, that I've been told to cosplay. I think his name is Archer, but I don't think I look enough like that guy. I do not have the same facial structure or anything, and I think I'd have to shave the beard, which can't happen. This thing's way too long to come in. But still, I think domain expansions are based on that. Though I've heard people saying domain expansions are based on bankais, but like bankais don't work that way. So I don't know. But interesting. When did I go to sleep? And you know what? This reminds me of Denji's original dream. If you'll remember, every single time Pochito was like safeguarding, hey, don't open this door, Denji. Don't do it, Buckaroo. But it seems like Asa does not have a safeguard. And it looks like this dream, or this nightmare, presumably, she's having is here. And it's recurring. But once again, I just don't remember enough. That's the thing. If it's bi-weekly, or it's been a minute, I don't remember these plot points. But when did I go to sleep? Huh? Okay, just chilling in the woods? Interesting, though. I mean, it's not necessarily an old tree. The trees look alive. Oh, okay, so this is a whole double spread. This is beautiful. Well, I give credit to any artist out there, mangaka, especially naturally, because they produce art on a consistent weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis, but also just arts in general. I give credit to y'all who draw backgrounds. I'm lazy. I'll straight admit, I'm wholeheartedly lazy. Not even in the inspirational way that I don't like backgrounds, in the way that Kubo, Taite Kubo, the mangaka for Bleach, doesn't like backgrounds, because he wants to put all that focus on the character, and actually does a fantastic job of using the blank white page in contrast to the character to sell things beautifully. And of course, Kubo can do backgrounds. I've seen people say, oh, Kubo's just lazy, he doesn't like to do backgrounds, he made that excuse. No! Kubo, since like Soul Society, could cook up some background. Trust me. Heck, even before Soul Society, I've only read Bleach once, and I can say at the time I don't, because Kubo can cook backgrounds when he wants to. I do genuinely believe his statement when he says, like, no, I want to use the white of the page, the shock of the white, in order to fully put all the emphasis and focus on the character. So when you read a page or you see a page, it becomes so iconic. Like, that's why I think all those iconic Bleach panels are iconic, is because they don't have the backgrounds cluttering up anything. But still, I give credit to y'all who do it. I hate it. It's like backgrounds and coloring. There are two things that I should be over as an artist, or things I should just readily do. I don't like either. I'm too lazy to color. I'm too lazy to do background. So shout out to Fujimoto. This is a very nice background too. The detail from the trees to the very different leaves, and honestly, it almost looks, at least with the way the trees are drawn here, it almost looks like they're all. Well, obviously they'd actually all be individual pen strokes. Like this looks like it will take a while. I mean, sure, you could get quick with it, like if you get into the rhythm, but still, this would definitely take a while, and that's very impressive. Especially, like, I always think of it like this: a mangaka may spend an hour, 2 hours, a day, sometimes, on a panel that most people, myself included, will read in 1 second and keep pushing forward. Especially considering this doesn't have any text on it, I'm only putting emphasis on it because I'm like, oh wow, golly, the artistic quality here is fantastic. But like, in reality, a lot of people just gonna glaze right past this. This may have taken Fujimoto and his current assistants a day, just because of how detailed it is. But let's see. Where am I? Oh, hey! What's good, Unk? I mean, not Unk. I'm, in fact, much older than Denji. So then, technically, I'm not older than Denji if we were to age Denji up to our current modern day. We're in 2024. And I believe Chainsaw Man takes place in the 90s or late 90s. So technically, I'm older than Denji then, but still, right now, I'm currently older than Denji. So I cannot, in fact, call him Monk. Let's see. He's knocked out, though. Interesting. So Asa's awake, but Denji's knocked out. Is it still because of the... Is it because of Pochita still? But interesting that they're separated from the respective alternative personas. What was up with them? Denji? What the heck? What? Oh, darn. So, that's interesting, though. So, for a second, at least, Asa took control, but it looks like Yoru immediately got it back. Bang! Interesting that she's so determined to do that. And I wonder how Asa's going to... Like, I highly doubt it's going to work. There's, once again, kind of like I said in the story of the review, there's no way we're offing Denji, or Asa, or Yoru. Like, no, we're not getting rid of any of these characters. But I wonder how Asa is going to feel, or would feel, if this actually would work and like Denji's head was blown up, because that clearly contradicts their deal, right? I mean, like, what's Asa gonna do about it? It's too late that, but still, I don't know. Bang! Nothing happens. Yeah, because you're in a, I didn't say it, Asa, you're in a separate space, you're in a domain space, you're in a reality bubble right now. At least from how your abilities have been established to work, you aren't guiding anything anymore. Where before you sort of had to guide a flesh bullet from halfway across the world. Now, if you're in a separate space, you ain't got nothing. Though, it is interesting. I wonder if she can manifest the same bang phenomena, or if she could just use Splagooter. Because presumably, the thing that we saw chilling in the not the Eiffel Tower, chilling in the Statue of Liberty, was presumably the sniping D, if I had to hazard a guess, just based on the, the long range, the size of the Splagooter, like everything. It seemed very heavily to be sniping inspired. So I wonder if Yoru does have access to the basic generic bang that would come out of, like, Splagooter, or any of Splagooter's abilities, considering that her arm is literally made out of them. Oh no. Let's see. Huh? Even Yoru's like, oh no, am I really cooked? Yes, Yoru. Yoru cooked us all! Let's see. And Denji's just still knocked out. Bang! 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 This is certainly an image. But Yoru, I mean... I'm not one to suggest things of harm or violence, typically. But Yoru, if you really want him gone that badly, why don't you just, or, and you probably can't tell because I'm not there, but stomp on him, or you could elbow drop, like, you don't have to use your ability. You could, he's prone. Like, before, I get it. You probably aren't physically snapping Pochita's neck. It's just unlikely. I get that. But this is Denji. He's just a dude now. If you really want him going that badly, just... I get it's maybe a pride thing. Maybe you want him to go out with a bang. I gotta do that. Sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. But with it being the case, I don't know. This seems a little short-sighted. This reminds me more of early Yoru, where current Yoru is more so like a manipulative opportunist. I'd say current Yoru, older Yoru was more like just generally idiotic. So this is kind of a step backwards. Let's see. Denji's still knocked out, even with her screaming in his face. That's concerning. Let's see. Yoru's like, oh no, she's realized. And Asa takes control back. Wait, are you trying to off him? Yes, Asa. Shock horror. Let's see. Hello? Okay. Okay. Any reason you're in underwear, broski? Also a little bit embarrassed. I mean, I'd be embarrassed if I randomly saw a guy in his underwear. Welcome. This is a world the aging D created. How big is it? Where's the star at for okay. Once again, I'm not even a good scaler. Not a good debater, anything like that. But scaling has so deeply rotted and infested itself in my brain that whenever I hear creation, my brain automatically goes, but how big though? Is it a separate time and space? We already see aging has control over time naturally. So how big is this place? Is this a planet? Is it a universe? Is it a multiverse? Like, what do you mean this is the world that aging created? Or what world are we talking about? Are we talking in sekai, as in like society, or as in planet, or as in universe? Like what translation we got here? Let me know. Let me see. For one second. This is a world the aging D created. Huh? I used to be a D hunter. I was good at it too. My friends respected me. I had no complaints. But one day, I passed the mirror. My laugh lines have deepened. Man, I don't want to age. If there was such a thing as an aging D, I'd make a contract with it. As soon as those words left my mouth, I found myself here. I don't know why I'm giving such a soft voice. This is a full grown man. But interesting. I mean, that's the thing. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Or well, actually, no. Like literally, I can definitely. I'm already starting to see signs. I feel signs of age. But that's also signs of being like morbidly obese, which I am. Fun fact. But I'm working on the second part. Can't exactly avoid age, but ultimately, I know what age leads to. But I think I've hit like. At least personally in my own head, I've hit like this relative ultimatum. Because like, you can die anytime. It is like many people die way sooner than old age. There are a bunch of different ways you can go out. Old age is not the only one. So if anything, I find old age as a gift and something to appreciate rather than something to be feared. I'd like to be here to see my great grandkids. Sure. Will I be anywhere near as functional as I am now? No. And do I want to become a burden on other people, especially my own children, once I become physically inept? No. Which is why, I mean, I don't have them. I don't have a wife yet. I don't even have a girl yet. So, like, until then, my poor kid, I'm going to tell him, hey, no daddy pencil becomes a threat to your finances, and I burn down the money I save to take care of myself, if I have any, don't be afraid to get rid of me or leave me somewhere. And or both. Like, legit, I don't know. I don't want to become a burden to anybody. Like, that's the one thing, that's the biggest thing I fear in life. But outside of that, outside of me, like, becoming a burden to people I care about, aging has never necessarily concerned me ever since it just hit me that you can die anywhere. Any day. My heart could stop right now. It could cease in this very instant. Y'all ever had that chest pain? Y'all ever had that chest pain? I forget what caused it. I think, like one of your lungs, a piece of your lungs die or something like that. But y'all ever had that chest pain that's, like, near your heart and you're like, oh, I'm cooked. And you kind of just accept your fate. That can just happen, but permanently. You can have a heart attack anytime. There's some of the healthiest people on the planet can just fall over in an instant. Because life is not guaranteed. That's why I try to live by the philosophy, enjoy every second, enjoy every minute, enjoy every instance. Because life is never guaranteed. So old aging doesn't hold as much fear to me, but once again, who knows? This guy did just start to see that his laugh lines had deepened. He started to actually see age. I can look and I can acknowledge, like, I'm getting my eye bags in, and like slowly but surely the Itachi lines or the laugh lines may be coming in. But like, am I gonna stop smiling? Am I gonna stop engaging in life? Am I gonna stop being happy and laughing? No. I'll just try to make sure that in my old age I'll be more physically fit. So I'm trying to get into the habit of working out now and eating better now and taking care of myself now. So then once I'm older, then I don't have to worry about it as much. But naturally the body's just gonna fail. It's gonna break down. Like, that's just, it's life. But I'd rather be there to enjoy it than run away and fear it. But then again, I guess in universe, when you're at a point where you're starting to see age, especially in a world like ours, and I'm not sure what it's like in the Chainsaw Man world, but in our world, I guess technically aging is feared a lot. Like, especially in like popular media, like one of the biggest fears is like getting old. It's why you have all those like anti-aging creams, those anti-aging treatments. Make sure you take care of your skin so it doesn't get older. Like, age is feared. And it's consistently marketed as feared to most people. And let's say I can understand why a lot of people would innately fear age, as it just seems like a scary thing. But I don't know. I I couldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would want that. Just because, like, aging is part of life, and it's a beautiful thing. And honestly, if things didn't age, we'd run into a lot of problems, like, quickly. Even if just like as we are now, if humans were to become immortal and cease aging and never die, we'd be cooked. And like, I mean, if we're like, if we become entirely self-sustaining, that's one thing. But still, even then, we'd run into trouble if humans could still reproduce. Like you just think about what would happen if humans existed permanently for like 10 minutes, maybe 10 seconds, and you'll think about the infinite different ways that could go bad. But let's see. I found myself here. Where's the exit? Oh, yeah, right. So, I haven't found one yet. How long have you been here? It's been 82 years since I arrived. I'm the youngest one here. Huh. I mean, obviously it doesn't look like a pleasant fate, but immortality, alright? He doesn't look like he's aged a day. That's what I did. This is the thing. He hasn't reached old age. So it's interesting. And I guess maybe that's why aging, specifically requesting public safety to give them children, because like it'll just keep them. But like, I don't know. I guess because I haven't. Maybe once I have kids and I see those kids grow up, and then I want to stick around to see my grandkids and then their kids and then their kids. Like, if I want to stay on and live my legacy, then maybe I'll like be afraid of just leaving. And like, I mean, that's the thing. Ultimately, no matter how much I'm like, yeah, you can die anytime, I still do fear it. Like, I don't like the idea that one day, either in an instant or 80 years from now, I'll be laying in a bed just kind of waiting for just my heart to stop pumping. Like, it's definitely, it's a scary idea, don't get me wrong. But if I had to give up that in order to stay the exact same forever, I don't know. I guess because if anything, I've always been scared of stagnancy above all other things. But who knows? Let's see. Huh? I don't get hungry or even you know what this voice is? It's not just like a higher pitch voice, because they typically just do that for the Shonen Pro tags. It's very specifically an offshoot of TFS Broly's voice. I forget who voices him. I saw their Broly breakdown a while ago. I forget exactly who voices their TFS small Broly. And I know he does. I think it's the same guy who does both. But the softer, more timid Broly. I don't know why I gave that guy this voice. I don't think I've ever used this voice before for a character, but for some reason it fits. Let's see. I don't get hungry or even thirsty. I've attempted self-removal several times, but I guess you can't die in here. There are other humans deeper in, but they've lost their minds. Better to keep away from them. Interesting. That's the thing, right? I guess it really becomes the question: can the human brain handle? I mean, that's the thing. The brain will just delete things. Like, unless you have, and I don't know. Does anyone have photographic memory in the comments? Let me know. If y'all do remember everything, do y'all ever worry about like running out of space? Like, is there a storage limit up there? Or like, I don't know, because I have terrible memory. Well, in fact, my memory sucks. It is straight garbage. That's why I'm scared when I get old. I'm horrified. Like, I hope I remember my kids' names. I hope I remember my grandkids' names, because I'm real bad with memory. But I guess after a certain point, especially after 82 years, if he's the youngest, let's say the halfway oldest is 500 years old, I don't think the human body's meant to last that long in the brain. And obviously, if you can't do anything, yeah, you probably suck. So let's see. Isn't there any way out? Well, supposedly there was a human who escaped this place a long time ago. But how long ago? If 82 years isn't that long. Huh, how? Uh-oh, it's almost that time. I'm gonna lose it, so you can disappear now. Huh? What does that mean? Huh? You're a hallucination I dreamed up. Aren't you? Ritsuko. Ritsuko? What? Oh, and that's the end of the chapter. Okay. That was a chapter of change. Sorry, I kind of got deep into my own life philosophy and my views on life, death, old aging, immorality, and mortality. I am concerned. I am worried. And now I'm confused. Because wait a minute. Rewind. Rewind the tapes. Aging said that they were very specifically going to make Chainsaw Man and the War D age up. But if in this realm you cannot age, and you can't die, and you can't get hungry, and you can't get thirsty, and you can't do it, and you just go insane, that's not aging up. The thing that's aging backwards. Like, notably, I'm not sure how you would describe the mental state of a baby, but at the same time, I would highly doubt it exists. Like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know who that guy, like, before I was 4 years old, I have no idea who that person was. They don't in my opinion, you're kind of like a compilation of instincts and repeating things. Like, I know we do have intelligence. Apparently, that's how we compare intelligence of other animals, like, to human babies. Like that's what we do. But at least for me, the person before 4-year-old Pencil just doesn't exist. He was not a person. He was a thing. Before I woke up existing on that stair set where the first memory of me, and admittedly, I don't remember a whole bunch in between that point, but still, the first time I can recognize myself as Pencil is me at 4 years old sitting on the bottom of my family home's stair steps. So, like, presumably that's kind of where your mind goes after a while if you can't have any cognitive thought. So how's this supposed to help with aging them up or making them more serious and capable of communication? I don't know. Unless aging views communication differently. But at the same time, this raises so many questions. Interesting questions. Like, so I'm assuming time flows differently here? Because unless the Public Safety Commission or the D Hunter Commission is a lot older than I thought. This guy looks like he may be from the modern era. So, like, how long is 82 years in the real world? How much time is passing outside? And where's Pochita? That's my real question. Where's Pochita? Because remember, Denji didn't fully heal. I think he was still a torso. So where's Pochita and the rest of them? And what happened in the real world? I have so many questions. I'm quite concerned. But overall, a W chapter, if only for how it made me sit back and like sort of think on my mortality and morality and how I would deal with immortality. Once again, a younger me, if you were to ask a younger me, the first thing I'd say is, oh yeah, I want to be immortal. It sounds so much fun. It doesn't. Like, it is strange how I've gotten older. My views on immortality and the many things that would come with it have, like, drastically changed. Only for the negative. Like, I don't know. The idea of immortality has grown duller and duller and duller and duller upon me as I've grown older and older and older. Which you'd think would be the opposite. You'd think you'd fear your mortality more the older and older you get. But I don't know. I've been changed by life and time. But, of course, all that's relevant. If you're all the way to the end of this video, please leave Marie, M-R-E, exclamation point. Marie, M-R-E, exclamation point, in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you not miss out on every video that comes to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as little as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member to the channel for as little as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions to every series I happen to review, ad-free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 Patreon or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with a pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zara, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, G Prosper, and Glacier XZ. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Igneel Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Fine and Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, along with Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 patrons, Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Idemo Kami. And I'd like to give a final, giga, legendary, superhuman, beyond the bounds of reality thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, okay, Calvin Elder.